So I need to make this video because I feel like a lot of people don't know how to be here, don't know how to stay here, and think that being here, that means something's wrong with you. And that's not the case, because I'm good. Trust me. I mean, you can believe what you want, but trust me. I say that to say girls be crazy, and it's hard to trust people, especially in LA. Quarantine, obviously. And there's just a lot of shit this year. It's just the worst year ever. Everybody knows that, you know, whatever. So to answer your question, do I want to be single? No, but I'm here. And I kind of like it nowadays. It took a long ass time, pretty much the whole 2 years to get to this point. All I know is I've not found the person that could fulfill all those things for me to just be like, I'm gonna drop everything for you and I'm gonna make this work and I'll commit to you. Because nowadays, especially when I'm getting older, I'm about to be 27 next month, it's like, I don't got time to play games no more. I never really had. Actually, that's a lie. I played a lot of games sometimes. I like to flirt. It's fun, you know? And it's just like, especially nowadays, girls just like to talk. And it's like, you gonna talk, I'll talk with you, girl. Go ahead, you wanna play this game? Let's play this game. I've just grown over time, and everybody matures over time and stuff, but I've definitely grown a lot. And if you watch my last dating video, you know that I see dating differently than a lot of people. I see it as like an experience. I see it as like, we're just sharing time to get to know each other. Wherever this goes, time will tell. I'm not gonna put the pressure on you to say, I'm not gonna do this unless we get married. I'm not gonna do this because I know you're gonna waste my time. Like, none of that. For me, it's not a waste of time unless there's no benefits in any area. Like, bedroom ain't the best. Like, I can't even have a damn conversation with you. Like, just simple shit. And those are the basics that have to be passed after the first set of like, oh, I'm attracted to you. Oh, you fulfill some things that I'm looking for. There's like levels to the cycle of getting to a point where like, I'm gonna take you serious. Like, I'm trying to date your ass. Like, I'm trying to wife you up. So after my long-term relationship, I was just more so looking for someone to just fuck around because a bitch was going through it mentally. It was a rough time. It was winter. I was living at home. I didn't even know what I was doing with my life. It was just a lot going on. So I was just like, let me just see if anybody's down to just fuck around. And you know, I managed to find my way, and I usually normally do because a lot of girls be on the same page. And for me, I don't see that as a bad thing. As long as we have an agreement and it's just like we sit down and I'm like, hey, I want this. If you're down for it, cool. If you're not, cool. Just let me know. If anything changes, communicate that with me and let's just keep it pushing. In more ways than one, you know what I'm saying? And but of course, lesbians being lesbians, shit gets complicated most of the time, and that just comes with it sometimes. And I think all of that builds character. Every woman I've been with, whether it was to get into a relationship or it was a relationship or it was just a simple like one night stand type thing, I've learned a lesson from every single one. I've had an experience where it was just like 2 days, but I learned quickly that from how she interacted with me and how things escalated quickly, I've taken in those signs and I'm like, okay, next time if somebody shows me that, it's a no-go. And if I didn't have that experience and I didn't take the time to digest the lesson from it, I would have made the same mistake in the future and gotten with somebody and wasted my time again. And that's what I mean, I'm not wasting time anymore. So a lot of times it's harder for me nowadays to find someone who doesn't check off those things that I've already experienced. And those aren't judgments. If a girl says she's crazy and like she keeps saying she's crazy and you're just like, haha, like that's funny, that's cute. Like, no, bitch, that bitch is crazy. You gonna find out one way or another and believe them. One big mistake I used to make was to give girls the benefit of the doubt. If they say it to your face as pure evidence and you need to take it for what it is. So I'm not gonna hear, oh, I'm crazy, and then be like, oh, but maybe she's not. No, I'm gonna hear you're crazy, and I'm like, oh, she's crazy. So being free with dating has been a tool in order for me to gain experience, hence grow and expand and find better people and attract better people. So aside from relationship experience, I had life experience. So last year when I was single for that whole year, I just moved, I bought a new car, I packed my shit, I moved into a new place across the damn country. I just did so much. I was like at every Pride, I rebranded my whole business. I changed drastically. I did a lot for myself. And then 2020 came around, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, this year sucks. Right. Not only was it that, but then it was like quarantine, and like a lot of relationships I had were dying down because it taught me like who was really there. It was this year where I really learned that I had a lot of codependency issues. The year before that, it was learning to just get my hustle and my shit together. And those top two things were just huge for me. And because I put those intentions out there from the beginning, after getting out of the relationship and reflecting on it and being honest with myself and my ego, I was like, okay, these are the things I need to work on. And then because I put that into the universe person in my head. I actively worked on them, and I'm at a very good place right now. I feel like I really rooted out that codependency issue, and I'm so like proud of myself internally. Like that's just a big pat on the back for me. And I told my best friend recently, because I was just like, yo, like that's huge. That's 26 years of just feeling like I needed to be attached to women, or I needed to be praised by them. My ego couldn't let go of the fact like if I was not talking to anybody, like I would go crazy. And I'm not saying that like I sat with myself and meditated and I was so zen and like I was just like, I got this. Like no, that shit was hard. That shit sucked. I didn't want any of this to happen, but I was forced to be in all these situations. Women were just not texting me back. I was getting dropped like a fucking fly left and right. They were also showing me I could not trust most of them. I couldn't trust my friends either. I was like, oh shit, like I really can't depend on nobody but myself at this point. Like I really gotta be good for me, because at the end of the day, nobody really cares. People care, I get it. I know that we could debate that statement, but at the end of the day, like we all gotta worry about ourselves. And as much as it's great to have a partner who can be there for you, and a lot of us lesbians like love that, to have our person to talk to, at the same time they got their own shit, and you want to be a person where you can put that shit aside sometimes and be there for them. And you got to really learn how to control that when you're with somebody, seriously, because that could destroy the relationship. That could destroy your mentality, especially if they're not that way. Being someone who just wears their heart on their sleeve all the time, it gets exhausting, and you can be very drained very easily. And that's how I was in my past 2 relationships, because I would not feed myself over time and I would get too attached. I didn't know what fed my spirit. I felt like I was wasting my time a lot, and I felt like the people around me, especially my partners and all that, were being very successful, and I just felt very sluggish and I felt very lost. And that'll take a big toll on somebody if they don't have any of that established. So this past year, like I said, when I was working, I learned what I was passionate about. I learned what I was good at. I learned how to serve myself and serve others in a way that felt like genuine and real, and I could profit off of it and be an artist full time. So now 2 years being in this place of just doing me, I've learned that I could build my business because I put so much energy into it, and I've seen the opportunities I probably wouldn't have seen if I was with and invested in somebody, because that's how I can get. And I needed to test myself as well. So as soon as I noticed any type of hint or pattern of me being dependent on a person, I was like, girl, you gotta stop this. Time to refocus on yourself. And I would not have developed that if I was with somebody still. So all that energy going towards me has transferred into my business. I'm about to be a manager of my business. I'm starting to hire people. I'm starting to get a lot of consistent clientele. I'm starting to really believe in myself and my work ethic. And the one big thing I want to say in this is that because I've learned what I value, I need to see you value that of me before I even consider you being someone serious to me. If you don't value the fact that like I've raised this puppy that I have and I love my dog, and you don't even like appreciate my work or ask about my work or anything, or you don't say shit about my social media or any content that I create, because all of that to me is my life at the moment. And if you just blatantly just don't say shit about that consistently, or you're just actively not interested in that, then I'm not actively interested in you, baby girl, because what? I be showing my work to people that I spend weeks or months on, like diligently 8 hours a day, just like in front of the computer, and like this is my life. Like we as artists love our work, and you have to understand how much that means to us. Like that's up here, baby. And if you don't even ask about it, or if I show you a project and I'm like a little nervous and I'm like, hey, can I show you this? And you don't even be like, yeah, like come on, like ask about it, or ask how I did certain things or anything, that shit is crazy to me. This is my life, and you're just like, oh, that was nice. Bitch, fuck you. I don't know how to say anything nicer in my head, honestly, because that shit irks me. That's an instant turnoff. If you don't say shit about my work, you're not enthusiastic about what I do, you don't ask questions about my life, if you're not actively trying to engage with me, get to know my mental, like you're just yapping the whole time, or you're invested in yourself too much, that shows me that you just wanted somebody to listen. You're a leech. And that's what I've been used to, and I've been taken advantage of plenty of times. On first dates, I'm actively looking for you to listen to me, ask questions, and for that to be an equal thing. I don't mind listening to you. I want to get to know you. I really do, but I need you to give me that same energy. So because I took the time to psychologically learn about myself, my ego, my past issues, all of that, physically do things for myself and build myself, my brand, my art, my passion, and learn what it is that I really like to do and build a name and a brand for myself. And a lot of people don't even get close to that at my age, let alone like their whole life. But this is why I'm single. I know what I value, I know my worth, and that's what that means. You know your worth because you took the time to do that for yourself and build that for yourself and learn that about yourself. And time is valuable, time is money, time is experience, time is everything. And that should be respected and seen as so. So if you have not done the same for yourself, or you're not nearly in the same place for yourself, you're not gonna be on the same plane as me, therefore we're not gonna work. And a lot of people just disregard all that and just go with the feeling of what they're doing and get caught up in that. And although the feeling is important, it's not everything. 26 years of time and experience is a lot to learn about someone, to respect about someone, and to treat someone as so. It's you gotta earn this love. You gotta earn to see me. And if you're not even gonna show me at base level, we ain't gonna go nowhere. I've used this quote before saying that I'm single because it's as simple and as complicated as that. I'm gonna keep doing me and being single and just having fun, because at the end of the day, it ain't that serious unless someone's trying to show me they're serious. This is another tip from your big gay sister. I love y'all. Peace.